Hello everybody, this is the host of the show with no name, and this is the Let's Talk About Pop Music for Summer 2015. Now, as you all know, this was a pretty eventful summer for me, but there was also a lot of activity happening on the pop charts. We got new pop stars that shot right up to the very top, and we got a lot of new songs. Some of them good, some of them not so good. Let's dive in.
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give me, I'm worth it.
Obviously, this song reminds me a lot of songs like GDFR by Flo Rida or Talk Dirty by Jason Derulo. Now, if GDFR is a great example of this type of weird mix of saxophone and trap done right, and Talk Dirty is a great example of that done completely and totally wrong, Worth It falls somewhere in the middle. Sometimes, if you caught me at the right time of day, I would say that I enjoyed listening to it, but I can also acknowledge this is a very narcissistic, very strange, kind of annoying song. I'm pretty sure that everybody has already forgotten about Fifth Harmony's first song of this year, Sledgehammer, but Worth It has proven to have a lot more staying power. But was it really worth it? Well, one thing for sure is that for a group called Fifth Harmony, there really isn't a lot of harmony happening here, both in terms of the actual music and in terms of the lyrics. There are 5 different girls talking about how they personally are the best. I don't really see why this had to be sung by a group. This really could and probably should have just sung by one person. However, surprisingly enough, Kid Ink actually does some pretty good verses. So, with all things considered, how does this song stack up? Well, it's better than Talk Dirty, but that's really not saying that much at all. This was the biggest hit of the entire summer. It's just kind of a nothing of a song. The beat is okay, but Omi has absolutely no presence at all. He's not a very good singer, he doesn't have a lot of personality, he's not a very good songwriter. And speaking of the songwriting, this is a very odd thing to say of somebody. I don't know if girls would like it if someone refers to them as their cheerleader. The production is pretty good, but that's really the only notable thing about it. It's just kind of unoffensive but still uninteresting pop music. And this got it number 1 and stayed there for a long time. I guess I can see why, but that doesn't mean that I have to be happy about it.
Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. You got the healing that I want.
Okay, before I say anything else about this song, I would like to say that the main line is just really stupid. Why do they have to specify get it on? I feel like most people would understand what you're talking about if you just say, let's Marvin Gaye tonight. That's the one song by Marvin Gaye that pretty much everybody knows. But forced references aside, this is one of the least sexy sex songs I've ever heard. Charlie Puth and Meghan Trainor both sound very young in their voices, so it's weird to hear them singing about this. And also seriously not helping is the production, which makes it sound like it's something they would hear on a cruise. It's not exciting, it's not sexy, it's not really anything, it's just sort of there. The entire track, it just seems that everybody is trying too hard, including the people who made the production. If you actually listen closely, you can hear the "hey" that you hear in songs like Fancy. Why is that there? It's sort of like the no way in the background in Rude. There's just no reason for it. People seem to be under the impression that really weird means really sexy, as you can definitely see with songs like this, Drunk in Love, and Worth It. With songs like this, I think it's safe to say that the whole throwback trend that's been going on in pop music for a long time has definitely worn out its welcome. I just do not care for this one at all.
But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know. This I know. She told me don't worry.
I have never really cared much for The Weeknd. I don't think he's terrible, but he's not really that good either. Probably the most notable thing about him is the fact that he's just sort of kind of weird. So I don't really get why this is able to get to number 1, even if it was for just 1 week. Can't Feel My Face is a great example of one of those songs that probably sounded good on paper, but when you actually think about it, it makes no sense whatsoever. Why can't you feel your face when you're with her? Is she a drug? Was this song just a love song to drugs? Well, it's different. Once again, I just don't really get the appeal of The Weeknd, but he clearly is sticking around considering the fact that he has another top 10 hit already, so I guess I might as well at least get used to him. Well, it seems like rap dances are a thing again, something that I'm pretty sure absolutely nobody asked for. Watch Me is not just annoying, it is a special kind of annoying that really doesn't come along that often. I'm still sort of up in the air about this, but this might actually be more unpleasant to listen to than 7-Eleven by Beyonce, and that is saying a lot. Not to mention that this is one of the most repetitive songs I've ever heard. I'm sure that he says "watch me" at least 100 times throughout this entire song. But this isn't just its own annoying song, it also incorporates other annoying songs that I'm sure everybody was happy to have finally forgotten, like Crank Dad or Stanky Leg. I'm just sick of talking about it, I'm sick of thinking about it, so let's just move on.
No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been
When I first heard this song, I had sort of ambivalent feelings towards it, but every single time I heard it, it just got dumber and dumber. This has been an oddly wholesome year for pop music, with songs like this, Hey Mama, and See You Again. But whereas I actually do like Hey Mama and See You Again, this is just kind of annoying. Am I the only one who thinks that this sounds like it was directly lifted from Cotton Eye Joe? That can't just be me, right? And then we got the actual subject matter of the song. There have been a fair share of hits in recent years promoting infidelity, so this is at the very least a new thing to hear. But the way that they repeat it over and over just starts to make it lose meaning each time you hear it. He's basically asking us to feel happy for him and congratulate him for not cheating on his girlfriend. Yay? I'm sure that's not something most people have to think about. Also, if he has to concentrate in order to not just completely cheat on this girl, it really makes me think that her love was not worth that much to him in the first place. Couple that with the overplay and I got sick of this song in record time. He might be good, but I'm not. Funnily enough, I only knew Major Lazer for one song before this came around, and that was Bubble Butt, a song that could almost be funny if it wasn't so appalling, so I'm very surprised that he made this song because Lean On is actually really good. Especially after songs like GDFR and Turn Down for What, it's odd to hear a trap song that sounds this laid back, but it was definitely a good decision here, complementing Mo's vocals and the very light percussion in the build-up nicely. I mean, what else is there to say? It's good.
Tell me what you want, what you like, it's okay. I'm a little curious too.
I'm pretty sure that this song is supposed to be risque and shocking, but after the whole Miley Cyrus debacle, my capacity to be surprised by Disney princesses being sexual in their songs has dulled considerably. So that's not really what I'm here to talk about. What I am here to talk about is this song just does not sound very good. It's so helter-skelter. It sounds like they had 3 or 4 different songs and they put them all together. The rhythm is all kinds of messed up, especially in the verses, and it really doesn't jive that much with the chorus. It's as if the song can't decide whether it wants to be light or heavy, so it just wants to be both. This song is really kind of a mess more than it is anything else, but it's not really that offensive. This song is actually pretty forgettable to me, and that is literally exactly the opposite of what it was intending.
Now you say I got a touch, so good, make you never wanna leave, so don't.
Well, I guess while we're on the subject of Disney princesses singing about sex, we might as well also talk about Good For You. And believe it or not, I think that Good For You is executed so much better than Cool for the Summer is. It's not really anything special or mind-blowing, but I do have to give it credit for knowing exactly what it wants to do and doing it fitfully. I would also like to point out the rather ironic fact that this slow, quiet song is a lot more catchy than the bouncy Cool for the Summer was. As you might remember, I also put A$AP Rocky's song as the very worst hit of 2013, but believe it or not, he does okay here. The oddest thing about Good For You is that I really don't have anything bad to say about it. But I still don't really like it. It's good, I guess, but it's just not that great. Okay, I swear that Maroon 5 is intentionally being more and more obnoxious with every passing song. I've debated whether I should talk about this song at all, considering the fact that it really didn't do that well on the charts, but there is the fact that this is one of Maroon 5's worst songs. This song does hurt, so they at the very least got that right. It's not even music, it's just a bunch of people yelling at me. But oddly enough, this still isn't as bad as Maps. There's still at least a rhythm and a pulse to this, which is more than I could ever say for Maps. It's weird, because this song is actually really terrible, but all I can think of when listening to it was, they've done worse. I'm actually very thankful that this song did not do very well, because it is awful.
Like a small boat on the ocean.
There is absolutely no contest. Fight Song is bar none my favorite song of the entire year. And I don't care if you think I'm stupid for thinking that. This song holds a very special place in my heart. I've heard it so many times and it just keeps getting better. I've heard people compare this to songs like Roar or Stronger by Kelly Clarkson, but I really think that that's kind of a disservice to Fight Song. This isn't a breakup song, this is a song about trying to make it in the music industry. And, what do you know, this is her first big hit. Rachel Platten, if you're listening, I'm happy that you made it. You definitely made a fan with this song. Alright, that was the Let's Talk About Pop Music for the summer of 2015. I'll see you guys next time on the show with no name.